Let's find the derivative of the given function. We're going to use the product rule to do this. Okay, first, before we apply the product rule, let's rewrite the expression, in particular this piece right here, into a form where the power rule can be applied to it. Okay, the power rule, which deals with the exponents. Okay, so I'm going to first rewrite this first term. And I'm going to use red just so I can color coordinate a little bit here. Okay, remember this is x to the first power in the denominator, so I'm going to rewrite that as 2x to the negative first power. Okay, and then the second piece here does not need to be rewritten in any way, so I'm just going to leave that as 7 minus 2x to the third. I'm going to use blue this time for that part. Okay, so remember the product rule. The product rule says that if you have a function which is made up of two other functions that are multiplied together. I'm going to color code that to go along with the ones that I have here. Okay, and I'm using P and Q to represent these two terms. Okay, if I want to find the derivative of the function that's made up of the product of those two things, I find the derivative of the first piece times the second piece, just the ordinary non-derivative part. And then I add that to the first times derivative of the second. Okay, so derivative of the first times the second plus the first times derivative of the second. Okay, so that is the product rule. Okay, so now let's go ahead and apply that rule now. So I need the derivative of the first. Okay, that's the red part. Derivative of x, that's 1x to the first power. Remember, that's just 1. Derivative of negative 2x to the negative first power. Remember, you multiply the negative 2 and the negative 1 to get a positive 2. X to the, subtract 1 from that exponent up there. I can't really get there, but subtract 1 from this, that'll give me a negative 2. Okay, so that's the derivative of the first times the second one left alone plus the first one left alone times the derivative of the second one. So derivative of 7 is 0. Derivative of a constant is 0. Derivative of negative 2x to the third power. Well, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. X to the, subtracting 1 from that exponent. 3 minus 1 is 2. So negative 6x squared. Okay, and technically we could multiply this out and try to combine like terms. We can distribute the 1 and so on, but we don't want to do all that. Okay, instead what we're going to do is just leave it in this form because we've applied the product rule. We have found the derivative, okay, and we can simplify this in a variety of ways. Let's not worry about that. Let's just find the derivative.